Now this might be the dumbest ingredient I've ever brought into the jerky kitchen. And I say that because the first time I used it, it completely destroyed the meat I was using. Not overcooked, not underseasoned, not even dried wrong. It was just pineapple. Dead serious. Pineapple was the reason my very first batch of jerky ever actually failed. And ever since then, I've treated it like a problem ingredient, which makes today risky because pineapple chipotle beef jerky will not leave me alone. It keeps showing up down in the comments, month after month, different people, same idea. And eventually, I had to ask myself whether pineapple was actually the problem or if I didn't just respect the ingredient the first time. So here's the deal. Pineapple has enzymes that can absolutely wreck meat texture if you're not careful. So this either works or it's a complete waste of our time. But if it does work, the upside could be pretty huge. Today, we're making pineapple chipotle beef jerky. And the goal here is simple, but it ain't exactly easy. We're talking sweet pineapple up front, some smoky chipotle heat on the back end, and a clean, proper jerky chew the whole way through. Now, if we nail it, this could be a Hall of Fame flavor, but if we miss it, it could be complete trash. All right, let's get into it. Here's a quick backstory for a little bit of context. Years ago, before this channel, before we even had this test kitchen, I tried making a pineapple marinade for some jerky I was making out of flank steak. I didn't know what bromelain was. I didn't know how enzymes affected jerky. I just knew pineapple tasted good, and my confidence was pretty high. I left the jerky sitting in the marinade for well over 2 days. But then I noticed the meat didn't quite feel like meat anymore. It felt kind of soft, a little too soft. The fibers were gone. It kind of ruined the jerky. And I remember thinking, all right, I am done with playing with pineapple in my jerky. Fast forward to now, and I keep seeing comments like, Doug, pineapple chipotle would go so hard. Or have you tried pineapple jerky? Or sweet heat jerky, but with pineapple. And every time I see one, that memory pops up. The texture, the failure, the absolute confidence that I had, followed by the regret. So the question became, was pineapple the problem, or was it because of how I used it? Because chipotle brings smoke and heat, the pineapple should bring some acidity and a little bit of sweetness. On paper, that makes total sense to me. Sweet, smoky, spicy, savory. The problem is keeping your eye on that pineapple. All right, let's talk about all the variables we got here. We're using pre-sliced top round, which really matters because it means the thickness is completely locked in. Here are some of the things we're controlling: the form of the pineapple, the heat level, the sugar balance, the drying temperature, and the final moisture in the jerky. And here's the non-negotiable goal. When you bend this jerky, when it's finished, it should crack slightly, then pull apart a little bit, then end with a really clean chew. So instead of fresh pineapple, which is loaded with active enzymes, we're going with the pineapple concentrate juice. It's been heat treated, it's shelf stable, pasteurized. With this recipe, the chipotle is going to be doing the heavy lifting on the smoke and the heat, and the pineapple is only here to support it. It's definitely not the star of this flavor. All right, let's start building this thing. Here's what's going in the marinade and why we're using it. 3/4 cup of pineapple juice, which is basically half a cup of pineapple juice concentrate in a 1/4 cup of water. This gives us bright pineapple flavor without the candy sweetness. A 1/2 cup of soy sauce. Now this is our main source of salt and umami. It anchors everything. A 1/4 cup of light brown sugar to round out that heat. Now this really helps to keep that finish balanced. I'm also adding a 1/4 cup of white sugar to kind of help that pineapple sweetness pop just a little bit. 1 full 7-ounce can of Herdez chipotle peppers in adobo. This is the backbone. Smoke, the heat, the depth, and that rich adobo flavor all come in this can. 3 cloves of garlic to add savory weight and kind of keep that marinade from tasting flat or one note. That is the worst. 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. That's just enough acidity to brighten everything without making it taste sour. A teaspoon of black pepper provides background warmth and sharpens that finish. Finally, a 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika. This adds a little extra smoke, but not really extra heat. It's optional, but it helps reinforce that chipotle a little bit. Now we're tossing all this straight into the Ninja blender and blending it until it's completely smooth. I don't want any chunks. I want everything evenly distributed. All right, right out of the gate, smell check. That chipotle hits immediately. It's smoky, it's deep, it is rich. So here's the thing, this thing smells incredible, which is dangerous because even bad jerky often smells amazing before it takes a turn and ends up ruined. I guess we'll find out. Okay, when it comes to meat, I keep meat pre-sliced in 2-pound bags in my freezer. So when we're making test batches, I always have something ready to go. These are big slabs of top round, but I'm gonna go ahead and trim these down so they're a little smaller jerky strips. Once that's all sliced up, now the beef goes in. These slices here are thin and consistent, which really helps the end result of this jerky. We're gonna lay them flat, make sure everything gets coated evenly all around. Do not half-ass this step. You don't wanna stack any of the meat, you don't want any of that clumping together, and you definitely don't want any folded pieces. Now timing. We're gonna throw a lid on this and throw it in the fridge somewhere between 24 and 48 hours. Just enough for that marinade to really absorb into that meat. And while that's happening, I just wanna say that every decision from here on out is based on that very first failure. I don't trust the pineapple, so I'm gonna make sure it earns its spot in this flavor. All right, it's been almost 48 hours in the fridge. Now let's check that meat. It's definitely darker, it's still fibrous. I mean, it's a little firm even. That is a good sign. We didn't overdo it on the pineapple. All right, everything looks really good here. The surface sheen is there. It's slightly sticky, but it doesn't look like it's overdone. I feel like this one might actually work. All right, let's get these onto the racks. Now, spacing matters here. You want airflow. Around every single piece. You don't want pieces touching each other. That creates wet spots, and you don't want that. We're laying these out with a little bit of breathing room. Not miles apart, but they're not totally crowded here. We just want the air to be able to flow all around every single piece of jerky. Little things like this are the difference between that's pretty good jerky and I fucking nailed it. Once it's all racked up, now throw those into the jerky making machine. I'm gonna be setting this dehydrator at 167 degrees Fahrenheit. That's high enough temperature for it to be safe, but low enough to preserve that texture. You don't want it overdone. The first phase is all about moisture removal. You wanna wick that moisture out of the meat. The second phase is about that texture setting in. I'm expecting somewhere between 2 and 4 hours total, but I don't so much care about the clock as I do about the look and the feel of the jerky. So I'm just gonna kind of babysit it, feel my way through it. All right, been about 2 hours now. Just wanna do a quick check on this. Still pretty tacky, still pretty floppy. You could tell this has a little ways to go. I'm gonna put this in, check it, about another hour or so. All right, so now I've checked 3 different times. The first time was at 2 hours, then I checked again at 3.5 hours. I thought it needed 1 more half hour to kind of fully set in. I think it feels pretty good. It really sticks to the racks here. Got a little bit of surface stickiness to it. You can see got the white fibers in there. Still has some pretty good texture to it. Really good texture. I think we hit what we're looking for. All right, now before we bring anybody in, let's do a quick reset. The goal here was sweet heat with a clean chew. The risk was the pineapple destroying the texture. And the solution was controlling the form, the time, and the temperature. Right now, on looks and feel alone, this one might be a winner. But looks don't matter here. Smell doesn't matter. The million-dollar question is flavor and texture. So let's bring in the taste testers and see what they think. All right, I got Kenny and Joey here with me today. Now, first things first, I want you guys to pick this up. Tell me what your initial reaction is before you even take a bite.
A little bit softer than I expected it to be.
Yeah, that's kind of a different texture than I'm used to.
Definitely a little glossier, got a little sticky to it, but yeah, wow, a little more pliable than used to, huh? All right, well, go ahead and take a bite. What hits you first? The sweet, the smoke, or the heat?
The heat. That's an easy
Heat
one.
for sure, yeah.
I get that immediate sweet, and then that Chipotle flavor, and that heat, for me, it's kind of a third one, but you guys get it first.
Yeah, it took a second for the sweet to kick in for me.
As soon as I sense heat, I'm distracted. I can't pick up on other things.
All right, now focus on the texture. How's the chew? Is it too soft? Is it too tough? Is it just right? What do you think?
I would prefer a little bit tougher maybe. It is pretty soft.
It's soft, but I think most people would still like it.
Yeah, the sweet flavors usually aren't super dry. They're usually on the little chewier side. Let's talk mouthfeel, because people usually skip this one. Does it feel dry? Does it feel juicy, crispy, sticky? Like, what's happening with this jerky as you chew it?
Almost just like falls apart in my mouth.
It's hard to avoid the tackiness, though. It does have a stickiness to it that I can't get over that.
Definitely has that surface level sticky to it. Flavor-wise, you guys getting much pineapple? Does it taste pineapple-y? Is it too subtle? What?
I get a sweetness. I wouldn't pinpoint pineapple, but I do get a sweetness, but it is a subtle sweetness.
The pineapple has a different sweetness than any other sugar. With that, I'd say the pineapple flavor comes through enough.
I think the pineapple itself is pretty subtle, but pineapple usually is on the subtle side. Definitely some sweetness and a little bit of citrus, but not overly pineapple-y. Now, how's the overall Chipotle heat? Is this immediate? Does it build as you go? What do you think?
I thought it was immediate, but I also feel like it's building also.
It was immediate, and it'd catch you. It'd catch you slipping.
It's definitely on the higher side. I mean, this is, if you like stuff with some kick to it, this is definitely it. It's not a subtle heat. All right, on the back end, you getting any aftertaste, or does it kind of stay consistent. Any thoughts there?
I think the heat lingers a little bit, but the pineapple sweetness and the smokiness kind of carries through as well.
So the only thing that changes, I do agree, is just the heat.
Heat definitely builds and it kind of stays and carries for a while, doesn't it? All right, be honest with me. If there's a bunch of other jerkies out here, would you go for a second piece with this flavor?
I think I would. I like hot jerkies. I like sweet and spicy is my favorite flavor profile. I'd pick this over a lot of other flavors.
Yeah, some of the spicier flavors aren't really enjoyable at a certain heat level, and I think this is tolerable.
If you like a sweet and spicy jerky, you're gonna love this one. I would definitely go for a second piece on this one. So if we remade this one, anything you guys would change to make it better?
More sweetness, I feel like. I do think the heat's on point. If there's a way to make it just a touch sweeter.
I was gonna say experiment with the texture a little bit. Maybe a slightly thinner cut.
Okay, now give me a 1-sentence review of this jerky.
Me like.
One of my favorite sweet and spicy jerkies we've done in a while.
So final verdict, is this a keep it or is this a kill it?
Keep.
Yeah, I'd say big keep.
Definitely a big keep for me as a sweet and spicy flavor. I think this absolutely kills it. This is one I would gladly drop to our official taste testers at any time. All right, well, that's it for this one. Drop a comment with the weirdest thing you want turned into a jerky next. And if you like this recipe, hit that subscribe button because we upload new recipes every single week, and we've got some crazy ideas planned for future videos. Also, if you want to be one of our official taste testers and try brand new jerky flavors that we don't drop to anybody else, check out the link down in the description. We drop limited time flavors each month, and I don't want you to miss a single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in our test kitchen.